This is an anime I've been really anticipating. There was so many ways that they could take this first episode and the series overall. They could go the route of this old man who's just hating life, is depressed, and now he meets this little girl who has the ability to make anything in her mind become a reality. They could go a comedic approach with it, they could go a realistic approach, and I think they're going to go for a little bit of all of that. This first episode, which is a double-length episode, it's 44 minutes, was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm willing to put money that Kashimura, the old man in this series, is going to be the best male character of this season. Without even seeing the remainder of the anime that I'm really looking forward to, this guy hits it out of the park. He is not only the most believable elderly man character that I've ever seen in anime, he is just the best. Seriously, this series, for those who haven't watched the first episode, I really recommend it, but for those who are questioning, god damn it, there's an old man and a little girl, what are they gonna do? Nothing. It's literally like an old man and his granddaughter. That's the sort of relationship you're getting here. This series just hits it out of the park. There is a horrible PS1 level CGI car chase in this episode, and it looked like ass. But if you remove that, the visual directing and just the story directing was like completely on point. The character designs are this like, they're almost rough and they feel undetailed and like unfinished, but they are like really good looking. Like I think JC Staff really went with a very interesting approach for his character designs. The backgrounds are pretty typical, nothing out of the ordinary. They look good, but the character designs themselves are actually really damn good. With the voice acting, like I mean Kashimura himself, like it feels like, holy hell, this feels so natural. This doesn't feel like a young guy trying to imitate an older man. No, this feels like a perfect voice cast, with also Sana, the little girl, who also is known as like Alice, comes from a land known as Wonderland, so you know they're taking a little bit of the whole Alice in Wonderland tropes and doing their own thing with it. Like her voice acting, it feels like a little girl, but also has this maturity to it. Like both of them just had like phenomenal voice acting. With the OST, there was like this really interesting mix of like almost techno but also piano tracks just throughout the episode that really helped set the mood for the scenes they were played in. But the story is so damn interesting. We have this facility that pretty much has these little girls. Their ages are probably going to range quite a bit, but ultimately they all have like different abilities. There is this set of twins. One of them can create a bow and arrow from thin air and pretty much do some crazy shit with that. The other has the ability to manifest anything with a chain, so be it a bicycle because a bicycle has a chain on it, a wrecking ball, anything that has a chain she can manifest. When it comes to Sora here, she pretty much, it seems, can make anything in her mind become a reality. She can make anyone's wishes come true. Not to mention she seems to be able to teleport and read other people's minds. She seems to be the jack of all trades of this like research facility, and the research facility doesn't seem to be that good. They do some pretty sick tests, it seems like, but ultimately they're like the sheltered children. But this little girl breaks free with the help of also a character who we don't know much yet, but she helped fight away the research facility who's trying to come after her. But what makes this episode so cool is they give you the interesting setup. Okay, this girl has powers, there are these little girls with powers, but also they're not sexualized. There's none of that JC fan service that they're typically like known for, which is amazing and I'm so thankful for because that really could have ruined the series. But what makes it stick out is this old man. He was just such an interesting wildcard. They could do so many things with him, but he feels like a father. He feels like he has a granddaughter, which he does have, but the way he's just so realistic, and because of how realistic he is, there is some really great comedy that pops up as this little girl is just like, she looks into his mind. Oh, you're a good person. I'm gonna make you my servant. And the guy will just grab her by the head and be like, you gotta show respect to your elders. I love this guy. He is so pure. He is so he's realistic. Like, literally, these twins and, like, Sana, they break apart the street, they destroy buildings, and he gives them a lecture in the middle of the street saying, you have to take these actions into account here, you have to pay the price, and, like, the crowd around them is cheering because he's just, like, the ultimate grandfather. He's like, you can't just go doing whatever you want to do, you have to understand, like, elderly people and children walk around here, you could have killed someone. And the way they just direct that, it's just, you feel for this guy like, holy hell, I love this guy. He's not this cliche, he's not this like weird trope. He feels like you pulled a real grandfather who has a very strong sense of justice and laws, and you put him into an anime with some supernatural elements, and in doing so, you create the best duo I have seen in anime in quite a while. Sana and this old man is just so interesting. It's going to be so amazing watching these two characters as he does more or less say, listen, for the time being, I'll give you a place to stay, I'll give you some food, but you're gonna have to help me with my work. And when you see what his work is in this episode, as it literally starts the episode like nearly off, off with him meeting up with this gang leader, giving him something that he requested, and you're thinking, okay, maybe he has like he's a weapons dealer or something like that. No, he's a flower guy. He's the guy who like makes like beautiful decorations of flowers and flower arrangements. And that gang leader that he was like meeting with earlier in the episode, he just wanted a great bouquet so he could propose to his girlfriend. Like, it was just so interesting. Like, this guy is just as pure as you can get. He is in a business of flowers. He has this little girl who's never seen the outside world. To see such beauty in all these flowers, to see an old man who's willing to take her in for the time being and kind of treat her as his own, is beautiful. There are so many ways that they can take this. I thought from the comedy, it feels very natural. It didn't feel like they were trying to go for jokes. Sana is just this typical funny girl. She says absurd things, and this old man just being like, you gotta show damn respect for your elders, or you have to understand how logic works. It naturally brings out comedy with actually a really interesting supernatural element, a really engaging plotline of Sana wanting to get revenge on this research facility, and this guy saying like, you gotta let adults handle things like that. There's so many things that they can really do with this story, and this is now my most anticipated anime of each week. Now, granted, we've only had 2 days so far. We had yesterday, which was Boku no Hero, Attack on Titan, and Gen no Guardian. We don't talk about Gen no Guardian. That was a disappointment. And then today. But seriously, like, I think, like, despite me not seeing the other anime that I'm really looking forward to, and there's quite a few, I'm willing to bet that this is going to be possibly anime of the season, not including sequels, because Attack on Titan is going to be my favorite thing of the season. Like, I love Attack on Titan. But I think this has a strong chance. If nothing, this old man is going to be the best male character of the season. He is amazing. This cast dynamic is amazing. The CG sucks. Everyone's going to admit that. But if you remove the CG, the visual directing was on point. This was an amazing first episode, from directing to visuals minus the CG to the voice acting that was just so believable, and the OST. I cannot wait to see what the hell episode 2 brings. I'm glad this was a double-length episode, as it really just makes it... The overall pacing was perfect for this. You had a bit of action, you had a lot of comedy, you had a lot of just subtlety. I need more of this. I love the first episode of this, and I cannot wait to see what the hell they do with episode 2. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Do you think it was just okay? If you thought it was just okay, I'm gonna call you an insane person, but I mean, you're allowed to have your own opinion. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and before you leave, hit that like button to show your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.